right, let's check in with our USC women of Troy, see what they've been up to. Before I even get to the basketball court, I have to give a big shout out. You already know how I get down with the academics, right? I have to give a big shout out to the team. Highest GPA in program history with 3.379 this last semester. 5 players made the dean's list. That's Clarice Akunwafu, future surgeon, Dominique Darius, favorite blogger. If you guys haven't subscribed to her channel and her podcast, make sure you do. Kaylee Heckle, 4.0, favorite point guard, K9. That's that New York dog point guard mentality that I love. In the classroom, we're seeing it translate. Viv the Big, Vivian Awachukwu, she had over a 3.5, as well as Kennedy Smith. So congratulations to all of them. Now, let's get to the road trip. Look, the Midwest, it's not where you come for things to come easy to you. That's not what happens here. This is a place where you come to learn about yourself, where you develop some callous, and that's exactly what we saw happen with USC this past week. The game against Indiana, they learned what happens when you come into a hostile environment, you fall to an early deficit, and you get literally zero scoring from your bench. They got no points from the bench. And they responded. All 5 starters scored in double figures. The defense tightened up. The offense cleaned itself up, and they got the win. Wasn't an easy win, wasn't a pretty win, but they got the win. We won't dig into the X's and O's. I think I'm done scouting our team for the opponents at this point. Maybe I'll put some in members only, but we won't dig too far into the X's and O's because they've cleaned up a lot of the stuff that we saw earlier in the season that wasn't, really working for them. They've cleaned a lot of that up. Now, after the game, we did get to see Juju spend some time with the fans. You always love to see that. But afterwards, the team itself went and practiced on the Indiana Fever's home court. Why do I like that? Well, first of all, because the Fever came and practiced on USC's court, so they kind of have some synergy going on between the two teams. Big shout out to former fan favorite Timmy Fagbenley of the Indiana Fever, still a fan favorite, just no longer an Indiana Fever player. But she was the one connection that we had from USC to the Indiana Fever. Too bad that she wasn't with the team, so she can go and welcome the team there. But they got a chance to check out the floor, see how it is in a professional environment. Like I said, you guys can check out Dominique Darius's vlog and see how that went and what she gained from that.
We'll be in their practice gym and about to go on a tour of the facility, so just get the pro experience. And it's a lot of our first times here, so it was really cool and we had a great little recovery day. Yeah, I think it just shows kind of our dominance right now, and USC women's basketball kind of on the rise. And we've got to do a lot of really cool, amazing new things this year, so this is just one of the many things, and it's great that we get to see, the arena that we're going to play the Big Ten championships in, get a feel for it, get to tour it. So we're all really excited and just cool to be in the practice facility of a W team. I think just knowing that so many great players play here, obviously getting to the league and, regardless of what roster it is, the top 156, it's just really cool. We know that a lot of great talent is here in the summers, and a lot of us are working towards that. So to be kind of in a gym where so much greatness has been, it's just a really cool opportunity, and we definitely took advantage of it.
It was cool for them to get that experience, in my opinion. And look, they came out against Purdue looking like a professional team. They were on fire. Won this game a lot more easily than they won the game against Indiana. But Kiki Iriafen, she was missing for most of the game. Took a slight bump on the knee and wasn't able to continue. Don't think that'll be anything that causes her to miss any extended amount of time, but we'll keep our eyes on that one. But they did learn about themselves in this game as well. What happens when you're missing one of your best players, one of your top 2 players, because she may be in foul trouble early in the first half in a tournament game. She may be in foul trouble in the fourth quarter and foul out. We have to go to overtime and continue playing without her. So what does that look like? They found out in this game against Purdue. Avery Howell came off the bench, season high, 18 points, 4 for 7 from 3. She's been their best 3-point shooter consistently for the season, in my opinion. I haven't checked the numbers on that one. I'm just giving you my opinion on that. I believe this is the first time that anybody besides Juju Watkins or Kiki Iriafen has led the team in scoring. Hasn't been many times that anybody besides Juju has led the team in scoring. And so anytime we see that happen and they get the win, that's always a win for me. That's team development right there. And that was really the most noteworthy thing that came out of this game for me, besides, Kiki Iriafen missing some time, was the fact that Juju Watkins didn't have to pick up the load herself and be the leading scorer. Avery Howell was able to. That's a lot of development by this team for where they are right now from where they were earlier in this season. That would have never been the case. So like to see that growth in these first 17, 18 games that they've played. But now it's about getting some rest. They don't play again until the 30th. Hopefully, Kiki Finn will be ready to go by then. They'll be playing Minnesota. Minnesota comes into the Galen Center. Amaya Battle, she's been on fire lately, so that's a nice defensive matchup for Kennedy Smith or whoever takes that assignment. Can't wait. But right now, it's just a time to rest. Everybody get together. It was a tough road trip. They've gone through a lot in LA with the fires. Speaking of which, they have this really fire t-shirt that now that I say that, I shouldn't call it that. They have this really nice t-shirt that they're selling. All proceeds goes towards relief for the wildfire victims. I ordered two myself. Can't go wrong with the black t-shirt. So if you guys are looking for a way to help out, that's one way. They also have a link that you can just donate straight out to. You don't really have to bother with the purchase of the shirt if you want to donate a higher amount. And so wanted to go ahead and put that out there. Also, before I go, quick shout out to Jazzy Davidson. She just recently crossed the 2,000 point mark in her high school career. That's a big deal. She's been named to several midseason awards lists, even though we expect that coming from a top 3 player in the country, but still, that's a big deal. And so I want to make sure that we go ahead and salute her, let her know that we're cheering for her, even though she's not with the team yet. She's already a Trojan. So salute to you, Jazzy. Catch you guys in the next one.